Hello, what's up everybody, it's Yoshinator195 here, coming at you with another episode of Black Ops 6 gameplay commentary. And this is Team Deathmatch on the map Payback, and I've gone back to multiplayer after playing some Warzone Resurgence for the last month and a half, maybe 2 months or so with my good friend, to kind of reminisce on the good old classic multiplayer structured, days. And this is just me going solo in the random lobby and seeing how well, if anything, have any of my skills from Warzone translated to a multiplayer setting. And right away, I'm pretty sure I'd completely missed the guy in that window and just kept going and then try to flash this guy who then just sniped me. And it's like, great. I see that all my average time playing Warzone has done nothing, and all the skills that I've gained is absolutely, crap. It's like, okay, alright, back to square one. And thankfully I get one kill and I'm like, hey, there we go. I'm not a terrible Call of Duty player. I am just a very average one. So I'm like, okay, no worries. I gained a little bit of confidence boost, and on this one I'm like, yes, easy peasy. And suddenly I'm like, because I just started like back into multiplayer, and I think in Warzone the valve setup that I had at least like 30 or 40 bullets or something like that. I think it has extended mags. And then in this one, I realized like, oh my god, there's only 20 bullets that I've got to work with. What horrible, torture is this? What kind of loadout is this? How did I allow this to happen? Didn't realize that maybe, I guess I just forgot maybe the loadouts between multiplayer and Warzone are completely different. But I also didn't realize that, Jesus, the valve comes with only 20 bullets as a starting default. Like, what kind of madness is this? This gun is absolutely useless. Like, it's only good enough for one person. I mean, within like 3 seconds, you're out completely. So, I think right after this, and I changed it to be extended mags, and that brought it up to like 40, which is like, I think, much easier to work with. I think 30 minimum, but it is quite a quick, high fire rate, so 40 is also fairly comfortable for me. And yeah, since getting that first kill, things are like, okay, I'm getting a little bit of a flow right now, and like things are doing not too bad. It is pretty tight, like it's 28 to 29, and I actually do like Payback map in general. I think it's again one of those maps. There is a few that came with the launch date where I was like, oh, this is actually fairly decent. I think Payback being one of the first few that I started to enjoy and was playing with friends. So I like the kind of structures, I like the house, I even don't mind the staircases. This kind of area here is kind of a particular hotspot, but if you can hold it down, this, viewpoint is so nice as well. And right here, I was like, what is going on with the lag? I'm freaking out here. Like, I've just got myself comfortable and familiar. I like this area zone here. And you can just see completely nothing. It's like, what is going on? I'm kind of firing out absolute lag to the max, and this is just like so frustrating sometimes. And I could not believe it. Like, I just thought like how smooth the gameplay had been going so far. Like, I had no indication that there was connection issues whatsoever, no lag, and I'm just kind of like wondering, what's going on? Is it going to finally bring it back? Is it going to kick me out? Oh no, it's letting me just walk around the map. And at that point, I'm just like, oh, this is just a great way to start, the multiplayer return. Because I just came from Warzone, and, this is, I think, the first or second game. I think it actually is quite the first game of multiplayer, and it just ends up being a complete dud. And I'm just like, well, I hate you, Call of Duty, I hate you, Treyarch, and I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm fairly certain it wasn't my internet issue, especially there was no, connection issue whatsoever. So right there, I changed it from, I think I got rid of one of maybe the rear grips or something, and added it on extended mags, and I was like, give me that 40 magazine clip, because that's just ridiculous. I don't know who the hell, can go by with 20 bullets in a gun. I'm sorry, I'm not even saying like you have to be a terrible Call of Duty player. Like, at a minimum, I'm sure everyone agrees you need like 30. So thankfully, join another map. game pretty soon, and this one is Protocol, which, to be honest, isn't my favorite. It wasn't always my go-to. And I don't know how I didn't see that guy initially, but hey, I was like, thank goodness I got him in the end. I'm like, okay, let's keep going. Like, you know, back at it like nothing ever left sort of thing. And then I get this guy, which for some reason I thought 15 bullets, like he didn't, you know, wasn't down whatsoever. And thank God I got him, but then some guy behind me, like where did he come from? Did he just spawn or something? That doesn't make sense. Like I don't get how the spawns are working. So yeah, this map compared to the last one, I was very annoyed that like, I really enjoyed Payback, and to go to this Protocol map, I was like, oh god, like alright, whatever, you play with the cards that you've been dealt sort of scenario, and I'm rocking a bunch of flashes to, you know, kind of see where enemies are and kind of be a little bit of a pest, and very lucky there, and maybe also a little bit, you know, showing a little bit of my skills now that I feel like I had some warm up there, and I flashed this guy and I thought for sure that would have been an easy kill right there, a headshot, but somehow this guy just decides to, you know, be able to pick me off. I think he does he come up around the corner? Yeah, he comes up around the corner here. Or someone else just gets me, and I'm just like, how did I not get that other guy? Like, come on, you know. Where are the headshots at? So yeah, I changed it from, I usually always run smokes, and that always helps on the objectives. You know, I particularly, you know, play domination a hard point, and I love smoking it out, much to some annoyance if I play with a good group of friends of mine and a whole squad. They're like, who the hell is smoking so much? Just like, that's me. But I don't know, I just like creating chaos in it, or like a bit of safety factor, you know. It's either one of the two. It's either safety for our teammates or just enough chaos that it hopefully kind of levels out the playing field, so I can just come in and, I don't know, pick up some easy guys and spray and pray. So this time I'm running flashes because I find them so much more superior than, you know, concussion grenades. I wasn't like, you know, brave enough. I could have put on stims. I had a thought about it, but, you know, I also thought flashes could be just a little bit more useful in terms of just picking up the enemies and seeing where they are. So here I'm kind of like starting to get a feel of where is a good spot, and I don't know how this guy just decided to completely bypass my proxy. I don't spring mine down there. I don't get how he walked past it unless he had some perk on. Because I was like, I definitely put you there for that reason, so that you had my back, and damn you, spring mine let me down. And so I was trying to maintain that area, and I think these two houses became sort of like a kind of a heavy source of traffic to go to. And I was trying to like, okay, can I hold down them, you know, a little bit, and I was getting a little bit of, you know, a few like little small kill streaks, you know, 3 kills in a row. I thought I had a parachute, that's why I jumped down, because I'm so used to Warzone. I like jumped down and pressed X, and I'm like, I don't think I have parachute. So I almost broke my legs and it increased the damage. Thankfully I survived. I get, yeah, a couple of guys here or there, and I'm trying to be a little bit more, you know, using coverage and staying indoors and picking up, you know, the easy ones that come through. That, you know, trying to build some good habits when it comes to Call of Duty, because you know, it is stress inducing at times, and I don't want it to be stress inducing. Like, I want it to be fun, and I do like it, and I'm starting to, you know, get more into it, especially by doing gameplay commentaries. I'm finding that enjoyable, and I don't know, just I was also just feeling like, you know, for the first time in a while, like I just felt like playing multiplayer by myself. Like, I hadn't done that in a while for Call of Duty. I think I used to always, you know, growing up was always just play by yourself. Like, I never had like a, you know, feel like an absolute loner saying it, but like I never had my boys, I never had my dudes, I never had that squad, you know, that kind of would play with me. Like maybe 1 or 2 people, you know. I think I came up in a time where I was playing on PC. I was always a PC gamer, the PC master race, just because a mouse and keyboard combination to me worked so much easier. I don't know, like, and I just could always get used to it. But now I'm on the PlayStation 5, and it's been a bit of an adjustment. And you can use. I tried using mouse and keyboard with it. Just and now I don't know. It felt weird. Maybe now I'm more used to a controller type of setting, so I could kind of get the hang of it on a PlayStation, because now I'm a console gamer. Even though I still think PC's the ultimate, and in terms of the games catalog and just the combinations, it's still the master race. And what you can do to the PC to change it, I still think it's the best. But look, PlayStation 5 has been great, in terms of console gaming. So I grew up in that time where I was playing Black Ops on PC, the first Black Ops, and I loved it. Played like 350 hours, I think, on it according to my Steam history. I got to double check that, but it was a long time. I got to like 14th prestige just to get that gold camera, and everyone was playing. They were playing Call of Duty. Like, I know that game was fairly popular and everyone was enjoying it, but it was also during a time of like the Xbox reign, and people were playing Halo a lot. Like, Halo 3 was huge. I think even Halo Reach was still okay-ish, and people played that quite a bit. So, never had like a squad of mates. And, now that I'm older, now I have more friends. No, but I have now more people that are kind of interested in playing Call of Duty. And I have one guy who loves playing Warzone, and me and him, do duos, and we'll play in quads, and sometimes we get another good friend of ours to play, and we can do trios or have a full squad of quads. It's been okay, but predominantly it's me and him joining quads, and I would only play Call of Duty if he was, down to play, and I'd play with him, and it was more fun. I tried playing by myself, and it was, I don't know, it seemed a bit, I don't know if it's, me getting older and just doesn't hit the same, and you just kind of play, a game like Call of Duty multiplayer just for like an hour, and you're like, what, that's it for me. I'm okay. I'm content with what I've done, and I'm okay with that, and time to do something else, with my life. And that's how it kind of felt like. So, the last week or so, ever since I guess maybe started doing the commentaries, and I just had this urge where I was just like, what? I'm gonna have like a couple hours of, we'll see how we go in the first hour, but I'm feeling like some multiplayer today, and just like, get some new footage for the channel, and not always being Warzone Resurgence, mixing it up, trying the different game modes, team deathmatch, S&D, and free for all, which hopefully you'll also see on the channel in the other videos. And then I just like, I really like the idea of just going in solo and just kind of playing. If my mate came on board, no worries, the more the merrier. But I was kind of enjoying the ride just just by myself, admittedly. So I don't know, it's kind of nice to rekindle the flame a little bit, my love Call of Duty, because for a long time it was always just, a solo experience that I just thoroughly enjoyed. I played a hell of a lot of hours with it. So it's kind of good to, see that I can kind of rekindle that now that I'm older. Because ultimately I think, a game like, Call of Duty, first person shooter, it, to me, it lives and dies by its multiplayer. It's always the biggest thing when it comes to a COD game. A single player, I'm sure the campaign is decent. There's been some great campaigns in the past. But, the ability for you to pick up this game and just go into multiplayer is a huge deal. And I also value the skill of the experiences difference between playing solo and with a good squad. And if you can enjoy it by yourself, that is a huge measure and a huge testament to how good a game can be, I think. And it doesn't need to be with friends. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that exclusively and just play with friends. I'm just saying, if you can just do this by yourself on a casual night, you don't have to organize a lineup with anything else with anybody. That's a sign of a good game. So, hey, look, I also got a best play somehow. I'm just trying to think, what did I do? That was actually noteworthy, and I got this spring mine. I flashed a guy, and I semi-cooked that second flash, throw a grenade, get him somehow there, and I pick up this guy just walking across. I'm like, hey, that I guess is worthy for a best play. I don't know. I'll take it. But hey, look, after that lag issue in the first game, I was pleasantly surprised that at least we got a full game and not too bad. 27 eliminations, a bit more of a deaths than I would have liked, but at least I got the best play. And hey, decent gaming session for a map that isn't my number one favorite. But that is it for me. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.